You guys know any WNBA players?
Absolutely not. I don't like the league. I never follow it, but I'd try.
Would you rather have one WNBA ticket or $1?
Well, I know which one's worth more. The WNBA ticket.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Which one would you rather have?
Probably the dollar.
You'd rather have the $1?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Wow.
Even a zesty guy didn't want a WNBA ticket.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Do you guys have a WNBA team there?
I believe so, yeah.
Do you know the name of the team?
Dallas, something.
If you could name a single player in history that's played for that franchise, a coach, anyone related to that organization, I'll give you $1,000.
For a WNBA team? Holy shit, man. Jesus. It's hard for the WNBA, man. I wish
I would even try this. Like, I would risk giving out $500 to $1,000 to somebody that can name the WNBA team in their city, and then a player or a coach to go along with it. This is absolutely sad. And it's funny because even sports that we don't necessarily follow, so everybody has a favorite sport. Sometimes even a casual fan of another sport, if they have a favorite sport. A lot of people are really into the NFL. Other people are into basketball. I'm a basketball guy myself. But I also am familiar in a general sense of the hockey team and the baseball team that's in my city because they're relevant, right? They are a part of the fabric of the community. They are embedded in it. People have a lot of, fan culture around it, and it becomes something that you root for when they're winning. Even when these teams are in the finals and in the playoffs and stuff, nobody cares. I hear nobody. Not even the women that support it reach out and talk about a WNBA team. This is pretty funny. He gonna fumble the bag.
I knew, man.
No, it's not. $1,000. If you can name the coach of the Indiana Fever WNBA team, I'll give you $5 grand.
Oh, I don't know that. Right,
no
man.
problem.
No
Hey,
problem.
it's right there, Coach Stanley.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. They got it on the front of the building. And they're walking past. I believe that they playing at the field house over in Indiana where the Pacers play at. And the guy couldn't even look across the street and see the name of the coach. They wouldn't recognize him if they seen him walking down the street or on a big old billboard that's on the front of the building.
That's where they play right there.
Damn. Right there?
Yeah.
Next time.
Hey, can you name a player? Well, they're right there too.
Oh my God, what a fumble. That just shows you, honestly, how irrelevant the WNBA is. And it's not even necessarily their fault. It's society's fault. It's America's fault for trying to shove this on us and place this on us when we don't want it. We don't want the WNBA, right? Nobody cares about it. And if it's so relevant, then why don't they let them survive on their own? Why is it basically a tax write-off? And then you know what the worst part about it is these people and the people in the WNBA over a period of time was having conversations about comparative salaries to NBA players. One thing you don't see amongst any male-dominated league is them advocating for more based off of what somebody else is doing in another league or another sport. They don't. As a matter of fact, the most passionate fans that I've ever seen, and maybe it's just because I'm here in Detroit and Hockey Town and Steve Yzerman and all of that other type of stuff, right? They got a whole street named after this guy, is rabid fans of hockey. I mean, it was a fever for fandom down here in Detroit, and also largely because at one point, there were only one of two teams that were actually in the city, and now we have all four teams, the Detroit Lions, the Red Wings, the Tigers, and the Pistons. It was crazy, but their contracts are nowhere near. Baseball is crazy. Basketball, insane. Football, yeah, you're going to get some crazy contracts, but it's some large teams, and most of those guys don't get good, huge contracts like that. But hockey teams and hockey is nowhere near on the same level as baseball and the NBA players' contracts, right? But you see nobody complaining about it because they are the fans that they attract, and it's relative to whatever that particular market or whatever that particular sports generate. If you're not getting the TV contracts, if you're not getting the endorsements, sponsorships, and all of that other type of stuff, then it's just not working. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe when you see all of these NBA players that say that they support the WNBA and they be sitting at them games and stuff like that, they don't care nothing about that. You know what? Honestly, the best chance that the WNBA had, and this is very unfortunate to say, the best chance that the WNBA had was Kobe Bryant. Because Kobe Bryant was a girl dad. And I believe that would have been one of the most phenomenal marketing campaigns as he coaches and was passionate about his daughter and them growing up and stuff like that, she being relevant and, him becoming a part of that league and everything like that. And who knows, that was possibly a thing for him probably to be a part of that whole fabric and that culture, considering that he was such a passionate girl dad and stuff like that. Because even a person like me could relate to it. And we are just such fans of Kobe. But even in that, if you think about that, that has nothing to do with the actual women and the product that's on the floor, right? And it's unfortunate because we keep having this equal conversation, equal across the board, equal everything, and so on and so forth. That guy got on Nikes, right? And most black people, especially younger black people, have some understanding and they're relevant with regard to basketball and they paying attention to what's happening in the league. And even if they're casual fans, they still fans, right? You got a different generation that was raised on House of Highlights and, they don't actually watch as many games and stuff like that. But I'm a passionate fan. You know what I'm saying? I go to the majority of the games. I have season tickets and all of that stuff. And it's meaningful to me. And if one of the players is not necessarily getting arrested overseas, like a Brittany Griner or something like that, then we don't really care, and it's not even relevant to us. And the only thing that we talking about it, the reason why they're talking about it is because we think that it was a bad trade in order to trade her for the Russian guy that was basically a weapons dealer, one of the most massive weapons dealers known to man, and it's unfortunate. And so I think that there are sports for women that is more relevant and historically, even in the United States of America, has been more relevant than the male version of it. Volleyball, maybe gymnastics. Who knows? I'm not just going to name them right off the top of my head. And even that's relevant as it relates to the Olympics. And you can even throw sprinting in there because women's sprinting and track and field seems to be right now a little bit more relevant than the men's track and field. As far as here in the United States of America, simply because you got the Sha'Carri Richardsons and stuff like that. But the reality is this. I don't think that it's ever going to catch on. I don't think that you can continue to throw money at it. I'm not sure why the NBA continues to do it. I don't know what their vision is for it. It's bad. It's just a bad product. They don't want to lower the rims. I'm not interested. I'm going to go to a WNBA game. I don't have one in our city, thank God. We're going to go to a WNBA game. And I'm going to sit courtside for probably like $72. And I'm going to just trash talk the players and see how it plays out. The same way that I trash talk the men players. And I'm going to capture it on footage and then we're going to go from there. And we're going to see how it plays out. But it is such a bad product. And even the people that have teams in their city don't want to see it. So it's pretty funny to see it play out like this. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Teach Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I'm out.